Are y'all ready to make some money in your business? So in this training, I'm going to show you how to make more money in your freelance business. Okay, so if you're like me, then you're already making some money, but you are always open to more money, more income. So let me ask, is this you, to make sure that you are in the right place? You've already identified your audience. You know what their needs are. You know what you want to do for the most part, but you're still not booked enough. So this is not a training about finding your niche or nailing down your packages or your pricing. This is scaling, okay? This is making more money, getting more clients, getting more income from your existing clients, all right? So that's why I created this training. So whether you are just starting out, but you already have nailed your niche, like you know what you want to do, or you've been in business for years, this is going to show you the strategy that I used to grow my business and was able to quit my 9-to-5. So if you follow what I'm going to show you, you'll never have to work a 9-to-5 again. Like it's over. So in case you don't know me, my name is Rita. Okay. I've been freelancing for almost 10 years. And during that time, I have learned a ton of things. I've learned a lot of the wrong way to do things, and I've learned a lot of the right way to do things. I have been scaling up my business really for the last 2 years. For a while, I was treading water on purpose just because, I don't know, whatever, mindset blocks, right? But really the last couple of years, I have really scaled up my business. As a matter of fact, in the last 12 months, even with COVID and recession and everything else, I created an additional $20,000 worth of income in my business without doing more work. Okay. I've worked with hundreds of clients, including some of the people online that you might actually know, like Zach Spuckler, Nick Ortner, Paige Filiator, Jenna Faith, many more. Many people that you haven't ever heard of, they're making plenty of money. These are all 6- and 7-figure business owners. So what I'm trying to say is that this isn't just about nickel and diming your business. This is about creating lasting relationships with clients who already are making money, who are happy to pay your invoice in full and on time every month. All right. So personally, I'm a mom of boys. Yay. We have 2 dogs. We live in beautiful Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So where are y'all from? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. Now, if you're not familiar with Louisiana culture, it's a thing. Okay. It is definitely a thing. I'm a Cajun, which means that my ancestors moved from France to Canada and then down to Louisiana. So my father speaks French as a first language. English is a second language, which is pretty cool. Biggie is from Germany, but she's in California. And crawfish, like right here, this guy is my favorite thing to eat in the world. If you're not familiar with a crawfish, they're kind of like a giant lobster, and they walk backwards, like they scoot backwards. And my grandma used to say that if I ate any more crawfish, I would walk backwards because I eat so much of it. So I love crawfish. As a matter of fact, I will be eating some probably this weekend. It is crawfish season. All right. So there's a picture of my boys and my husband and my dogs and the swamp, which I love. So, but anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about your business. Biggie says blackened anything is my favorite. I do love me some blackened catfish. So people ask me how they can grow their freelance business. I am pretty active in some of the online Facebook groups for freelancers, and I see people struggling all the time. And they ask me like, well, how do you get so booked up? Well, the thing is that they're struggling because they're charging too little in general. They're frustrated because it just seems so hard. And then you get burned out because you're like clawing your way into the business. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Where you're literally clawing your way towards success? Well, the good news is it's not your fault. All right. The reason why is because you're not taking the time to scale your business. Okay. It's not like you're not lazy. You're not working on it. You're just going about it the wrong way. And the biggest mistake that I see whenever I talk to these people in these Facebook groups is they're so busy working in their business, they're not working on their business. Okay. So it's a mindset shift, right? You don't have to claw your way to success. It can actually be easy and effortless and fun. So how do you fix it? All right, so let's get into this. Step one, the first step is to focus on bringing in higher paying clients. That's the easiest way. Now, how do you do that? Okay, you're like, I don't know how to do that. Well, trust me, I've been there before. And when I first started freelancing, I was constantly hustling. I mean, whatever I could just to land low paying clients who didn't appreciate my work. These are the kind of people who clip coupons to save 50 cents. Like, it's just not the kind of people that you want to work with, okay? And it wasn't until I made a shift in my mindset and I started purposely targeting higher income clients that things really started to change for me, okay? And the best part is that once you land these higher paying clients, you'll be able to work less and you'll be able to make more money, okay? And I know this is a big mindset shift. I face this myself, okay? But whenever you work with, I don't want to call them low quality people because it isn't necessarily they're low quality people. Maybe they're brand new in their entrepreneurial journey. Maybe they just don't have the cash flow yet. Maybe they have their own mindset problems and they're afraid to hire people, or they're afraid that they're going to get scammed or whatever. Those aren't your people. Your people, the people who are going to help you grow your business, they're going to already be making money. Their businesses will already be successful. They are already making, if not six figures, real close to it. You want it to where hiring you is a no-brainer and it's not going to affect their pocketbook, right? That's the mindset shift. Mindset shift that you're going to need to make in order to attract high quality clients. So it isn't about changing your offers. It's not about changing your website. It's not about any of that. It's literally flip a switch in your mind. We only want to work with people who already have the money to hire you. And here's a big secret, okay? Once you land a client who appreciates what you do and pays you what you're worth, they want to buy more services from you, okay? And when you look at it this way, you're not competing with anybody else. So instead of Googling, copywriter, or for somebody searching for, social media manager or whatever it is they need, they're going to ask you, hey, can you do this? Right? So you're not convincing anybody new. All you're doing is working with the people that you're already working with in a different way. Okay. And nobody I know is talking about this, but it's literally how I have grown my business is by expanding what I do. And that means I'm constantly learning something new. I'm constantly testing the waters with different products, different services. I'm getting people to help me do the things that I hate to do, because let's face it, we can't do it all ourselves. So if you start offering additional services to your to your existing clients, you can literally double your income today like that. And it's easy to do. It's super easy. Whenever you deliver anything, here's your logo, here's your social media captions, here's your whatever. What's the next logical step? So if you deliver a logo, then you say, hey, do you already have your social media profile images ready? Or hey, do you already have your social media templates ready to go with this new logo? Do you need business cards? Do you need letterheads? Do you need? What else can you do? If you're a social media manager and you deliver a month's worth of content, then you can say, hey, do you need help scheduling this? Hey, do you need help responding to comments? What is the next step? And then offer that. What can you take off their plate? What can you do to free up their time? Okay. And what are they frustrated with? What do they hate to do? And if you can do any of it, even if you don't love to do it, offer it. Okay. And you remember I talked to people about this. They're like, oh, but that's not my niche. I don't care. Offer it. And if it's not your niche, then hire somebody to do it for you. The goal of this strategy is to be the person that your clients turn to for whatever they need, whatever they need. Like if they have an idea, they might even run it by you first. Like, hey, Rita, do you think blah, blah, blah? Like I literally have clients who are making, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 times as much money as I'm making will text me and say, hey, Rita, I'm thinking about doing blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Because they have learned to depend on me and lean on me for so much that they're literally asking my opinion about like their business decisions. Okay. So whatever clients you have, offer additional services, unless they're crap. Like if you're working with crappy people, like don't do that. Don't offer to do additional work for people that you don't like to work with. This is only for people that you genuinely enjoy working with. And remember, step 1 is about making that mindset shift. Attract high quality clients. There's literally nothing that you need to do except for decide. All right. So step 2, what do you want your business to look like in 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, whatever it is? How many hours do you want to work for your income, and what is your goal? I really want you to take the time. Sorry about my squeaky chair. I swear I've oiled it a million times, but it still makes a noise. Anyway, really take the time to journal about it, to write it down, to get it from your head and out into the world. And I know that you've heard this before, like I did not invent this, okay? But it's true. If you literally take this goal from out of your brain and write it on paper, it changes things. I'm not sure how or why or whatever, but it does. Okay. So, really just take the time, write it down. Bob Proctor, I don't know if you follow Bob Proctor. He just recently passed away last month, but he swore by his goal card that he kept in his pocket, and he would just look at it every day. Like it was just in his pocket. And I used to do the same. I probably should do that again. Anyhow. So let me know in the comments, have you actually taken the time to actually write down your goal, or have you just kind of had an idea in your head? And believe me, I was guilty of that myself. So it doesn't necessarily have to be journaling. I love to journal because that's where I get really deep with myself. Like I guess I'm my own therapist, but it can be like a spreadsheet. Maybe you're the kind of person who likes to have like spreadsheets with income goals and that sort of thing. Maybe you're pen and paper, like you just literally like the Bob Proctor method, where there's a card that lives in your pocket that's like, my goal is $10,000 a month by, like you give it a deadline by such date. Maybe it's journaling, which is my personal favorite. Let's see. S. London says that she's created her own marketing and business planner. Writing it down. Awesome. That is the first step. Whatever it takes to get this idea from your head into reality, then you can start taking like serious action and making those goals concrete, making them happen. So the problem that a lot of people make whenever they're setting their goals is that they're not specific. And I had a mindset coach, and this was one of the things that he told me, is that specificity leads to clarity, and clarity is powerful. So I had a goal of being comfortable, right? I just want to make enough money to be comfortable. That's what I told him. And Margot says she uses her phone's notes. Great. Whatever you need to do. Like I said, for me, it's journaling, but whatever works best for you, whatever is your thing. I used to actually paint a lot also with my goals. Like I threw them all away because they were very, they weren't pretty, but it like, it's like a collage, like with, imagine a brain board, but with acrylics. Anyhow, but my mindset coach, I told him, this is forever ago, that I want to make enough money to be comfortable. I told him, like, I don't need to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. And he says, well, don't you have clothes on? Do you sleep with a roof over your head? Do you have air conditioning and heat? Do you have food to eat every day? That's comfortable. You're getting what you asked for. And until you are specific about what you want to make, you'll never make it. And that was a huge light bulb moment for me because I was comfortable. I was struggling. Like I was comfortable physically. I just wasn't comfortable mentally. And your subconscious doesn't understand the difference. So if you just say, I just need to make enough money to be comfortable, well, hey, You got electric, you got a roof over your head, you got clothes on your back, you got food to eat every day, at least once a day. That's pretty comfortable. Be specific, write specifically how much money you want to make every month. I don't recommend doing it like this is how much I want to make a year, even though, we're all adults and we can think like this is how much I want to make a year. Do it by the month or even by the week. Like the more narrow this time period is, like this deadline for your subconscious, the more likely it is to happen. Okay. So once you have a clear vision for your business, then you want to put together your plan of action. This can include things like setting up your website, creating your portfolio, landing your first high-paying client, right? And whenever we start to think like, if you're like me anyway, I get, like all these big ideas and I'm like, oh, I can do this, this, and this. And I have all these ideas. And there's so many things that I want to do. It's like, okay, well, where do I even start? What do you do first? Well, that's where a lot of people mess up, including me. The best way to reach your goals is by taking small steps, okay? If you try to do everything at once, then it's likely that you're not going to get anything done, all right? You can't do it all at once. Take small steps. Just focus on one thing and focus on that one thing for the next week or the next month or 90 days or however long it takes for you to get that one thing done. Like building your website might be a 90-day deal. That's all you need to focus on. You don't want to focus on building your website and running Facebook ads, and maybe I should do a webinar, and I need to do that. The only thing that you should focus on is getting clients and that one thing. So like I said, whether it's your website or learning Facebook ads or learning a new platform or a new program or whatever, that one thing, and then getting clients. All right, so whenever you have all of these things, there is actually one thing that goes first, and that is the getting clients part. And what I mean by that is be impossible to ignore. When you are impossible to ignore, you will get clients. So remember, you're gonna have your big idea, the one thing that you're focusing on to move the needle forward. But in the meantime, you are going to be impossible to ignore. Now, to be clear right away, this is not a gimmick. This is literally how I built my business from nothing. This is the strategy that took me from struggling to get booked to being so booked that I quit my 9-to-5 because it was costing me money. And this is how I still get new clients today. I had 2 new discovery calls last week using this method, okay? It works. So how does the be impossible to ignore work? I know I've talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again. So if you've heard this before, you're going to listen to it again real quick. I want you to identify 4 to 6 fishing holes where your ideal clients hang out. And if you don't know where they're hanging out at, there's a free PDF I'm going to give you in just a little while with all of my favorite personal fishing holes where I find my clients, okay? So step 1 is to decide on your favorite fishing holes. Then once you have found your people, you want to be impossible to ignore. So that means commenting on photos, being supportive when somebody's having a bad day, okay? Giving advice when appropriate without being spammy. I literally did this today. A girl in one of the groups wanted feedback on a landing page, but sharing links is not allowed. And she's like, well, how do I get feedback if I can't share my link? And I told her like what Google Chrome extension, this one right here, to use so that she can take a screenshot of it. Okay? You want to share your struggles, like be a human, share your wins, post helpful tips without being spammy. Like this is literally about being part of the community, okay? This isn't about, it is a strategy, but it isn't about being, this is about being genuine. Like these are your people, these are people that you want to work with, right? This isn't in a group full of your peers. This is a group full of your ideal clients. So you want to be part of that community. You want to be impossible to ignore so that people begin to associate your name with your niche, okay? You're going to get plenty of clients. You're going to make friends, and people are going to start referring you to other people. People will start tagging you in these groups like, oh, you need sales pages? Rita does sales pages. She's great at those, right? Even if I haven't worked with them, I get tagged by people because they know me and they know what I'm known for, okay? So this is how you work the system and it works. So on the organizational side, this is how I have it set up. Okay, this is literally a screenshot from my Google Calendar. My favorite fishing holes. Don't worry about trying to copy these links. They will be in that PDF that I'm going to share with you. I promise you, I'm not holding anything back. Like, I am an open book, sometimes too open. But if you see Monday through Friday, there's like promo threads. So I have a notification that pops up like, oh, and becoming a blogger, the share your blog promo thread is on Friday at 10 a.m. And it reminds me to be active in that group, to comment on other people's blogs. Even if I'm not sharing anything that I've written, I am active in there. And why am I active in a blogging community? I'm not a blogger. It's because I do graphic design, I do WordPress stuff, I don't do the writing, I do the other end of it. And that's where the people who want to hire me are hanging out at. Does that make sense? So that's what you want to do. Is everybody following along here? Does this make sense to everyone? Let me know. I'll take a quick pause, get a sip of water. All right. Dang, I got on like, that's okay, Andy. You're here now. We can watch the replay. Talking about staying visible in the Facebook groups that have your clients in them. All right, so this is what I used to do. Okay, I don't do this anymore only because I don't need to. I would set a timer for 30 minutes every day, twice a day if you're feeling froggy, okay? And then be visible in those fishing holes just for 30 minutes. You don't have to do this all day. Does not have to take up all your time. That's why I have the calendar, right? So that way, whenever it is time for me to be visible, I can take focused action. There's my links. I don't have to find the groups. I don't have to do anything other than click and then start responding and replying and that sort of thing. So every day, set a timer for 30 minutes, okay? And I know this sounds super simple, and it is. It's almost too easy. But again, this is exactly how I built my business from zero. This is how I went from struggling, to find clients to being able to quit my 9-to-5. And it's how I still get clients today. This works. Now, I'm not talking about being spammy or sleazy or salesy or posting these value posts that share vulnerable. No. This is how I do it. This is big secret number 3. Instead of hitting them where it hurts, like we've all been told, it's kind of a terrible thing to do, to hit somebody where it hurts, kicking somebody when they're down. We're going to do the opposite. We're going to find people who are desperate to get help and then offer them a lifeline. We're going to help them when it hurts. So in Facebook groups, I hardly ever post any original content. Hardly ever. Like if I do, it's like I need help. Like, hey, I'm struggling with this, or like I'm asking for help. So I don't create value posts. I don't create promo posts. I use the search bar and I find people who are looking for me. Okay, so in every Facebook group, you can click the little search bar, even on your phone. It's easier for me on desktop, but then again, so is everything else. Click on the search bar and I type in words like help, frustrated, confused. If I'm being like super specific, if I'm looking for a particular type of client, and especially like for example, in that blogging group, I might also search for WordPress, blog feed, RSS, like what do they need help with? I'm literally searching for people who are typing like, hey, I'm struggling with XYZ. And when you see these posts, either there's going to be like only 1 or 2 comments and they're crap, or it's going to be like 60 comments. And these comments have they're like ridiculous. Like, hey, so-and-so, I do blah, 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 blah. Do not do that. This is what you want to do. Keep it simple, straightforward, and to the point. Hey, name, I do that thing that you're struggling with. Send me a PM and let's get you taken care of. That's it. That's literally it. This is how I do it, and it works. So like, hey, Stephanie, I do social media graphics. Send me a PM and I'll take that off your plate. That's it. And Oh, let me get back. Quick story time. All right. So I've been overbooked in my business for quite a while. And about a year ago, I started building my team again. I had a team before. And in 2016, we had a huge flood here. I lost all of my team who were actually local at the time. And now my team is virtual. But between 2016 and roughly 2020, I didn't have a team. I just did everything myself because building a team takes time. So anyhow, I have a team again. Love my team. They're amazing. And again, I haven't had to use this strategy for a while because I have been so booked, but my team is amazing and we're growing. Like I constantly, we're booked. We need more people. But this is like evolving into an agency model. And so what that means is that I'm on the hunt again for new clients, and I haven't been for a while. So I last week before, started doing exactly what I'm teaching you about being visible, being impossible to ignore in the right Facebook groups. And one guy's already got me booked, and I don't typically work with guys, but I fell in love with this guy. And another one, we will probably be doing her entire website in May. So I'm pretty excited about that. So let me tell you a little bit about my girl, Abby. Abby is actually the co-host today on this call because in case my internet drops or whatever. And Abby, I coached her, I want to say about a year and a half ago. She went from, like, she was literally in tears the first time we met, couldn't get booked, not charging nearly enough. There's Abby in the comments. To now she has not doubled, like she's like literally quadrupled her rate. She is overbooked. And now Abby has her own small team. Okay. And it's just by doing what I'm showing you. It really, truly works. I know I talk about Abby a lot, but maybe just because like she's my biz BFF at this point, let's be honest. Okay. So I want you to start today. You can have this in place in no time. I'm going to give you the links. Sorry, my son's calling me. Delete or whatever, turn that off. I'm literally giving you the links for the Facebook groups where I find the best fishing holes. And these is broken down by niche. It's broken down by, copywriters, salespeople, coaches, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All it takes is 30 minutes. That's it. 30 minutes a day. It takes a little discipline on your part. That's why I created a calendar for me, because that's the system that works best for me. So you have to ask yourself, what do you need to do to keep yourself consistent? Okay. At least halfway consistent. What can you do? But you really have to commit to doing at least some of it. If you even just do some of it, it's going to work. You will land high quality clients. It's impossible not to if you're in the right mindset that you're going to find high quality clients. You are offering additional services to your existing clients, and you are impossible to ignore in these Facebook groups. Literally, you can get booked in no time. My son again. Sorry. All right. So the fishing holes PDF, I'm going to give you all this link. It is breakupwithmyboss.com/fish. That is where you will find all of these fishing holes. Remember, you want to fish where your clients are, not where you fit in. So in other words, if you're a copywriter, you want to join design groups, okay? If you're a designer, then join copywriting groups, all right? If that makes sense. You don't want to fish where your peers are. Fish where your clients are. All right, so I have given you my best tips on how to go from struggling to finding clients, how to deal with not charging enough, how to get booked, how to convert your existing clients into clients for life by helping them in new ways and being their go-to for anything that they need. So hopefully, do I have your permission to share with you what I've got going on? I'm super excited, but hold on. Before I do that, before I share with you this coaching program that I'm super excited about, I really want to back up real quick and talk about what's really holding you back. Okay. And it's not your branding. It's not your offers. It's not your pricing. It's not your morning ritual, aligning your chakras. It's not luck of the draw. It's not because you're not pretty enough or you're too pretty or any of that. It is literally imposter syndrome. And it's whenever you feel like a phony or like you're not good enough. Like, who am I to do this? Who am I to charge this much money? That's imposter syndrome, okay? Everyone feels it. It is normal. My 6-figure clients struggle with imposter syndrome. So what it is it makes you doubt your own natural talents. Okay, it makes you think that just because you know something that everyone else knows it. Now, that's one of the biggest things that actually was holding Abby back. Is she has a severe case of imposter syndrome because I don't know what is her gift. She's like so organized, and I don't even like. I can't do what she does, but because it's easy for her, she just assumed that it was easy for everybody. And I told her, like, Abby, you could charge so much more money for what you're doing. Like, people really struggle with this. And she's like, oh no, he does. Like, girlfriend, anyhow, I want you to understand that we all struggle with this, every single one of us. And what you know, that's your own zone of genius, someone else's biggest struggle. And when you really internalize that and you really understand that, you will never ever struggle to find clients, okay? But why am I bringing this up now is because I've been where you are. Like, I understand the mindset. Like, I've watched webinars, I get all excited about all the possibilities. But let's see. True story, Abby just says, this week a client asked if they could pay me more than what she asked. Now, Abby and I had a pretty long coaching call this week about this client call that she had to tackle. And we had to overcome some mindset blocks on that call to also because, anyhow, long story short, she wasn't quite sure how to deal with this client. It was mostly mindset stuff. And after we talked, she talked to the client and boom, she ended up getting more money than what she even asked for. So, so I used to watch webinars. I would get all excited about like what the girl was talking about, like, ooh, all these possibilities. But when the rubber met the road, then that imposter syndrome would creep in. Like, yeah, but she's been doing it for so long and I'm just not good enough. I haven't been doing this long enough. I don't have the experience. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm overqualified. I'm underqualified. The marketplace is so crowded. Who am I to even be doing this? It's just safer just to do what I'm doing. And maybe next year, right? Does that sound familiar? And to be 100% transparent, I literally struggle with imposter syndrome today. Okay, I'm not a copywriter. Let me rephrase that. I have not been a copywriter in the past, but I have a client who I love that needs a sales page written, and I've worked with her for so long, and I really feel like I understand her client's needs that I wrote a sales page. My first one ever. Like, I've designed hundreds of sales pages. I've never written one. And so I delivered it to my clients, or it's like a team, right? Her and her coach. And I haven't heard anything back. And so I'm like texting privately somebody else on the team, like, hey, did you hear about, like, did they say anything about the sales page? Have you heard anything? Because it's like, I feel vulnerable. I've never done this before. And so, like, literally imposter, like, is this good enough? And, you know, the person I'm texting was like, Rita, it's really good. Like, you did a great job. And I'm like, be honest, like, I still struggle with this. You will too. If you're not pushing yourself to reach new boundaries, to overcome new struggles, you will be stuck. There is no treading water in business, okay? So it will always happen. And unless you have the tools, the mindset tools to, even when you're scared, keep pushing forward, then this isn't going to be for you, okay? And whenever, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, whenever I said, hey, client name, you know, her normal copywriter had a death in the family and some family issues. And she's like, well, we're just gonna have to wait for my launch because, you know, my copywriters just can't do it right now. And I'm like, I think I can do it. You want to give me a shot at it? I've never done it before. She knows I've never done this before. You want to give me a shot at it? She's like, yeah, go ahead. So I'm still waiting for feedback. I'll let y'all know. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right. So why does this happen? We have this thing called the reticular activating system, which is basically our subconscious operating system whose only job is to keep us safe. So my mindset coach told me about this, and some people call it like the lizard brain or the monkey brain. And it's like, it only wants to do a few things: fight, 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 flight. And the other one starts with an F, but sex. That's it. It just wants to keep you safe. And it's like your animal instincts, and going outside of your comfort zone, you're literally fighting against your reticular activating system. And when you know that, and you still push yourself and do the hard thing, do the scary thing anyway, that's where success is. So it is 100% normal. So I'm bringing this up because I'm about to share a coaching program with you. But before I go any further, I do want commitment from you that if you do decide to invest in yourself, this is not one of those things where I want you to just buy from me and then, yay, I made some money. No, I want you to commit that you are going to show up and you are going to do the work, because this is a high touch program with a lot of personal attention. So I only want you to keep on watching if you're interested in making this happen in your business. I've already given you the freebie. So if you're like, okay, I'm good, skip out, fine, great. This isn't for you. All right. So this is called Fully Booked Freelancer. This is a live group coaching program. It's the first time I've ever offered it live in this way. Okay. So live coaching calls, we're talking about portfolio building, client attraction secrets. There's 10 modules of training, workbooks, guides, mindset and journaling exercises, a private community, and more. Okay. So this is not about passively watching videos or getting ready to do the work. This is about doing the work, making the commitment, and showing up. Okay. That means raising your hand if you get stuck and asking for clarity, asking for help. It means following through with your homework every week. That means completing the bonuses and the challenges. And again, every single session will be live. There's going to be a small group program. Okay. This is not, we're not talking about, like 30 people. So we're going to talk about really care about getting your portfolio ready for people to see. Okay. My biggest goal is for you to be booked solid within 90 days or less. And if it seems overwhelming, I just want you to know that that's completely normal. And you will probably be booked actually before you even finish all the modules. Okay. All right. So here's the breakdown of how it works. First of all, we kick everything off on May the 5th. That's on a Thursday. That is my favorite day of the week, of the work week, is Thursday, with a kickoff call, goal setting, and expectations. Okay. That's going to just be for us to get to know each other, really put pen to paper on what our goals are for this program, and to lay out that roadmap for you. Okay. That's also the week that the members area becomes available. And that does come with some really good bonuses, which I'm going to tell you about in just a few minutes. All right. Module 1 is going to be on May the 12th. That's where we get into some simple but super powerful mindset practices. These are taken directly from my mindset coach. He is, with his permission, of course, I am now able to teach this. And you can ask anyone that I've coached. There's a couple here that I've coached that will attest to how powerful some of these mindset exercises are. Then we'll do one of my very favorite things, which is a skills assessment. Believe it or not, you already have so many more skills than you even know. And then we're also going to optimize your social media profiles. May the 19th is module 2. That's when we're really going to tackle imposter syndrome. So I've given you today like the reason why, like an overview and like what to do. But this week we're going to really dive deep into some really powerful exercises that I use even today to overcome imposter syndrome. And if all you do in the Fully Booked Freelancer course is through module 2 and you take this and run with it, you'll be booked. Like, seriously, it is that good. The niche matrix is something that I invented. I have not seen this anywhere else. And it's a super powerful way to position your skills and your talent to attract and book the amazing clients you've been dreaming of. And then we're going to do your mission statement as well. All right, the next one is, so this is every Thursday. Every Thursday is nailing your niche, building your portfolio, and learning how to network the easy way so that you can get referred over and over and over and over and over again. All right, the next week is mindset pricing. So I do include a lot of mindset work in this course because that's really, in general, the biggest problem. It isn't the mechanics of like your pricing or your packages. In general, you can have a terrible pricing and packages and everything else, but if your mindset is good, you can get booked. And you've seen it. You've seen other people in Facebook groups who are booked. And you're like, God, how are they doing it? Because my website is better than theirs, or my prices are better than theirs, or I have more experience than them. How are they booked and I'm not? It's mindset. We're talking about how to craft your offers though, and your prices and packaging. And implementation week is the following week. So we do have a live coaching call, but there is no assignments or homework. It's all about implementing. And then we'll do Q&A. Any help that you need will get you over those humps. The next module drops June the 16th, or we do branding, website copy, and email copy. Then the next week is June the 23rd, where we do client attraction, client outreach, and how to really work these freebies in your Facebook groups. We have another implementation week because the previous 2 weeks prior is all about your website and building. Like, you're going to need some time to put some of this together. I don't ever want this to feel overwhelming or like you can't do it or it's going too fast. So there's another implementation week. We do have a live call that week, and we're going to review your goals, see where you are that day versus when you started, and also give you time to implement. The following week, July the 7th, we're going to perfect your portfolio. All right, we're going to talk about rocking your sales calls. I love to do sales calls, and I will help you learn how to love them also, and how to systemize the sales process. July 14th, that module 8 drops, which is business boundaries. Super important. Every single person that I've coached struggles with this. We're going to do a deep dive into onboarding and project management. Following week is recurring revenue and hiring and growing your team. By this time, you will be booked and you will need help. So what do you need help with? Do you really want to get help with client work, or do you want maybe assistance in maybe managing your inbox? That was one of the very first things that I hired for, was for somebody to check my email because I hate to do it. So whatever it is, we're going to talk about that on July the 21st. And then module 10 is July 28th, where we do a mindset mastery. Remember, all of these are live. These are all live calls. This is not recordings unless you can't make it live. Then you can watch the recording, but every single one of these classes is held live on a Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So the same time that this call started, same day and time, Thursdays at 7, we're going to be live together. So it's fully booked freelancer live. Now, I have offered this course before, but it's in a recorded format. This one is going to be 100% live with Q&A every single time. So that way we get you unstuck. So this is a 90-day program. You have access to everything, of course, during that 90 days, but you also have access forever. Like, once you've enrolled, then as long as this program exists, you have access. You don't get cut off. And this is designed for you to spend 3 to 5 hours a week to learn your skills, build your portfolio, and get book solid in 90 days or less. You get access to all of the content forever. So there's going to be, if I say video training, this is actually live training. Sorry, I did recycle this slide. It is live training. We are going to be live. My personal system that keeps me off the income roller coaster and fully booked. All right, forever, like seriously forever. I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody teaches these real world strategies that actually work. I've been in these coaching programs. They teach busy work. They teach crap. They teach you to, be visible all over social media and to blog and to do all this stuff. And it doesn't work. They just keep you busy. I am going to show you how to cut through the crap and get paid. So I'm not saying there isn't a place for that, but I'm saying that we're going to help you make money today. And if you feel like blogging or being all over social media, do that later, after the 90 days. All right. So this is not recycled coaching content. This is my personal system that really works. Anybody that I have coached can tell you. So let's talk about price. Even if this program was $3,500, wouldn't it be worth it? I mean, you're going to get booked, right? This is lifetime access. And I could sell this program for $3,500, especially with it being live, but I'm not gonna. So let's talk about your bonuses. First of all, we do have a fast start bonus. This is like kind of like your roadmap to how does this work, how to turn an interview into a paying client, how to get paid online. So just like the logistics of, sending invoices and all that kind of stuff. Cheat sheet for the best places to network online, a contract template, client onboarding template, client booking calendar, like how all the mechanics of that work that will be pre-recorded. That is not a live training. And it is a game changer. These, let me just tell you, this right here, this is what I see in the freelancing groups I'm in all the time. Like this is literally the questions. Hey, how do I take a discovery call into a client? How do y'all get paid? Like, what do you use to process your payments? Where do you find places to network? Like, this is literally just answering all those questions in some videos. All right. So, we also have a private members-only Facebook community, and we're going to have some live experts on topics like project management, email marketing, SEO, and more. So, then I'm also going to let you have access to the tech training and resource vault. So this is tech training on stuff like SEO, AI tools, which I love, design, like whatever tech problems that you're facing. I assure you, I have a tech video for it. I love it. Tech is kind of my jam. So you get a fully booked freelancer system, fast start bonus, community, guest experts, live coaching calls. Every single one is live coaching. It says twice a month. Every single one is live. And you get all that when you enroll today. Just head on over to breakupwithmyboss/FBF for fully booked freelancer. And hang on. Sorry, I'm talking too fast now. So this is LSU, which is very near to here. This is what it costs to go to college. And my son is in college right now, the one that just called me twice. I'm not saying that college is bad. Obviously, my son is there. But you can take 4 years of your life to learn something and still not be making money at it. Like, as a matter of fact, I have two of my friends who completed law school. Law school! They're not doing law. Two of them. One of them is in accounting now, and the other one is a sales manager. I mean, I have friends who actually completed law school, and they're doing that also. So let me ask you this. What would it be like if 90 days from now you were book solid? So your investment today is only $497 or 2 payments of $277. Literally one client, you've earned your money back. Literally one client. But why am I offering this at such a low price? It's because I want anybody to be able to afford it. We're talking about 2 payments of $277 or just one payment of $497. One client pays for everything. Worst case scenario, if you're making $20 an hour and you get booked, like, you're paying for it. It's paid for. All right. It does come with a guarantee. All right. So if you're not happy with what you get, you do have to show up. But if after 30 days, you're not into it, you're like, no, Rita, this is not for me. No questions asked, refund. Money back. All right. So again, I already shared with you my favorite fishing holes. Again, go to breakupwithmyboss.com/fish for that PDF. If you have any questions, message me in the group. If you need anything, just send me an email. Rita@ritaesther.com. And thank you guys so much for being here today. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Thank you.